Hi, this is Deborah Sable Thornbrew, and I'm going to demonstrate how to insert and work with an automated table of contents in a Word 2013 document. A table of contents is always located at the top or beginning of a long document, usually after the cover page but before the document begins. And the purpose of a table of contents is to show at a glance the reader what is contained in this document so that they can locate quickly the content that they're interested in reading and go to that place without having to read through the whole document. Also, if it's an online document, a table of contents can be a quick way to navigate through the document online. If you click on one of the listings in the table of contents, it will instantly go to that page in the document. So the first thing we have to do is figure out what we want to have in the table of contents, what pieces of the document we want to go into it. Usually we're going to choose subheadings, such as this one, General Guidelines, right here. I'm going to highlight that. And that would be considered a Level 1 or Heading 1 item in the table of contents. So what I'm going to do is keep it highlighted, and what you would then have to do is go up here into the Home ribbon and look at the Styles group. And wherever you see the blue square highlight or blue square border, that indicates the style that is currently selected for the text that you have highlighted. And so right now, General Guidelines just is normal text. There's nothing special about it. So if I were to insert a table of contents right now, it would not recognize General Guidelines as being part of that TOC or table of contents. So I have to change that style from normal to one of the headings. And if I roll my mouse and just hover over a heading, what I have selected over here will change to show what it's going to look like. It'll have a preview. So if I roll over heading 1, you can see the General Guidelines, what it will look like. And if I roll over heading 2 and heading 3, it will again show that. And there are other heading styles you can pick. If you click the More button here, there are additional ones you can look at. But I'm going to click away from this gallery in the gray area to put it back. I'm just going to use heading 1 for now. So I'm going to click heading 1, and that heading style has now applied to General Guidelines. So if when I insert the table of contents, it will instantly show the General Guidelines, whatever has the heading 1 style, as part of that TOC. Now I want to apply the same heading style, heading 1, to all of the rest of the subheading text throughout this document. So while I still have this highlighted and I know it has the heading 1 style applied to it, I can use my format painter up here in the upper left corner to pick up the formatting here, including that heading style, and apply that to all the rest. Now there's a trick about Format Painter you may not remember or you may not have seen before. If you click Format Painter once, you can apply whatever style you have to just one piece of text, and then the Format Painter is deselected, it goes away. But if you whatever you have highlighted, it will pick up that formatting. If you double click on Format Painter, then any text you highlight or click and drag will pick up that heading style, that formatting style, and you can do it over and over again until you release the Format Painter. So I'm going to scroll my page down to the next subheading I want to pick up. Notice my mouse pointer has that little paintbrush attached to it, which means I've picked up some formatting. So I want the next one to be this one, Personal Training Program Guidelines. So I'm going to click and drag across that, and there it is. It picked up that heading style. And notice that my mouse still has that little paintbrush attached to it. So any other text I click and drag across will also be applied that heading style. So I'm going to keep going through the document. The next one is here, More About Long Rides. I'm going to choose that one. Pick that one up. Keep going. Training Intensity and Heart Rate. Pick that one up. And there's another one, Using a Training Log. And I think that's it for this document. Yeah, then you get into the references. So I don't want to use, let me scroll back up a little bit. I don't want to use that Format Painter anymore. So I can release the Format Painter by clicking on it again, or by just pressing my escape key on my keyboard. That will also release it. So now I'm going to scroll back up to the top, and if I just single click on any of these headings that I chose, then heading 1 should be highlighted in blue up here in the style. So let me just double check a couple of these. Click here, yeah, it's there. Go to the next one, click on that, yeah, the heading's there. And if I click into a regular paragraph, it'll switch back to normal. Okay, so I've got my main pieces ready for the table of contents, but I want to have a subheading, a smaller subsections included as well. And one of those is here, pace of rides. Anything that's underlined like that in this particular document is I also want in the table of contents. So I'm going to select it because the formatting will be applied to that. Then I'm going to go up here to my heading style and choose heading 2. And I'm going to double click my format painter to pick up that heading style. And then I'm going to scroll down and apply that heading 2 style. And the reason that disappeared was because it got pushed down into the next page. To the rest of these subheading areas, duration of rides, I want that to be picked up by heading 2. Here's another one, distance for long rides, pick that one up. Suggestions for long rides, pick that one up. Let's see how many more. Sample session, put that as a heading 2. Other heart rate factors, and suggestions for using a training log, get that in there. And that's the end. So now I'm going to press my escape key to get rid of that little format painter icon. Okay, scroll back all the way up to the top. So now I've got my heading styles set, and I'm ready now to create the table of contents. So I'm going to click to the beginning of the document right here, developing a personal training program. And before I create the table of contents, I need to put in something called a page break. And that's something that you learned in Chapter 2 of our class. So to put in a page break, one quick way to do it is to press and hold down the Control key on your keyboard and then just tap the Enter key once. As you see, it got the document got pushed down to a second page, and a whole new fresh first page is now sitting in the document. So now this is where I can put my table of contents. To create a table of contents, you go to the References tab up here, and on the far left hand side there is a Table of Contents button. Click Table of Contents, and you can create a manual one, but it's easy just to create an automated one. So I'm going to choose automatic table of 1. Sorry about that. I'm going to click to choose that one. And look what happened. It automatically picked up all those heading styles and built the table of contents instantly. Now if I wanted to update this table of contents, all I have to do is click inside of it and this label tab comes up. Now if I had gone into the document and made changes in the document, let's say I added a few pages or I made some editing and maybe I ended up with more pages than what's showing now in this table of contents, I can update the table of contents very quickly by clicking here, selecting it, going up here to this Update Table area in this tab, click that, and you can either update page numbers only if the only changes were the page numbers, or click Update Entire Table, which will also update the numbers, the page numbers, and it will update any edits or other changes that you made. So when you click that, just click OK, and it instantly updates the whole table of contents. Another thing you can do here is to click in this little drop-down button here, and you can change the look. You can make changes to the type of table of contents you want, or you can even click way down here and remove the table of contents. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to click away to get out of that menu. And the last thing I'm going to show you is these little 3 dots right here on the far left side of the tab. If you click those little 3 dots, it selects the entire table of contents, and you can now make formatting changes. Let's say I want it to look differently than this. So I've got it selected. Now I'm going to click to the Home ribbon and I can change the font style. Maybe I want brush script instead of Calibri or Candelabra, and I'm going to change the color to red. So now if I click away, there's my table of contents with the formatting changes. And again, to do that, you click these little three dots right here, which selects the whole table of contents, and then you can make formatting changes that way. So as I go through and look, I can, if I want to click instantly to another part of the document, let's say I want to click here, more about long rides. If I press and hold down the control key, I can then click on that table of contents entry, and it will instantly move me down to that section of the document. And that's all I'm going to show you right now about table of contents.